Imagine this. You suddenly wake up, standing on the surface of a strange and terrifying planet. The sky above you glows orange and yellow. The air feels thick and heavy. Within seconds, the temperature rises so high that your protective suit begins to melt. Breathing becomes impossible. And then, something even more disturbing happens. From the clouds above, rain begins to fall. But this is not water, it is acidic. This may sound like a science fiction movie, but it is not fiction. All of this happens on a real planet in our solar system, a planet called Venus. It is the hottest planet, one of the most hostile worlds, and possibly the most terrifying place in our entire solar system. Scientists believe that if a human tried to stand on Venus, they would survive only a few seconds. But here is the real mystery. Venus is almost the same size as Earth. So how did a planet so similar to our own turn into such a deadly world? For a long time, scientists believed Venus might actually be similar to Earth. Both planets are almost the same size. They have nearly the same mass, and they orbit relatively close to each other in the solar system. Because of these similarities, early scientists once imagined that Venus could be a tropical paradise. They believed there might be oceans on the surface, thick forests hidden beneath the clouds, maybe even alien life. But when the first space probes finally explored the planet, the truth was shocking. Instead of a paradise, Venus turned out to be a burning world. A planet where extreme heat, crushing pressure, and toxic clouds combine to create something that feels almost like a planetary hell. The average surface temperature on Venus is about 465 degrees Celsius. That is hot enough to melt lead. It is so extreme that many spacecraft electronics can fail within minutes. To understand how hot that really is, let's compare it to the hottest place on Earth. The hottest location ever recorded on our planet is Death Valley. Temperatures there have reached about 56 degrees Celsius. But Venus is 8 times hotter. Standing on Venus would feel like being inside a massive industrial furnace. But here's the strange part. Venus is not the closest planet to the Sun. That title belongs to Mercury. And yet, somehow, Mercury is cooler than Venus. So why is Venus the hottest planet in the solar system? The answer lies in Venus's atmosphere. The atmosphere of Venus is made mostly of carbon dioxide. This gas is extremely good at trapping heat. When sunlight reaches the surface of Venus, it warms the planet just like sunlight warms Earth. But on Venus, the heat cannot escape into space. Instead, it becomes trapped under a thick blanket of atmosphere. Over millions of years, this trapped heat continued to build and build. Scientists call this process a runaway greenhouse effect. It's a situation where a planet's climate begins heating uncontrollably, and once it starts, there's no easy way to stop it. Because of this runaway effect, Venus slowly transformed into the hottest planet in the solar system. But the extreme heat is not the only danger. The atmosphere on Venus is also incredibly heavy. At the surface, the atmospheric pressure is about 90 times stronger than on Earth. To understand what that means, imagine diving deep into the ocean on Earth. At about 900 meters below the surface, the water pressure becomes enormous. That's roughly the same pressure you would experience standing on Venus. The human body is not built to survive in conditions like that. Even advanced spacesuits would struggle. Within moments, the intense pressure could severely damage a human body.
From space, Venus actually looks beautiful. Bright, glowing clouds cover the entire planet. But those clouds hide something dangerous. They are made of sulfuric acid. That means if you entered the Venusian atmosphere, you would be moving through layers of highly acidic clouds. These clouds are extremely corrosive. They can damage metals, electronics, and even specially designed spacecraft. Sometimes, Venus even experiences acid rain. Although most of that acid evaporates before reaching the surface, the environment remains incredibly toxic. In fact, Venus has one of the most hostile atmospheres anywhere in the solar system. Venus also behaves in a way that surprises many scientists. It rotates in the opposite direction compared to most planets. This means that on Venus, the sun rises in the west and sets in the east. But the strangest fact of all is this: a single day on Venus is actually longer than a year. It takes Venus 243 Earth days to complete one full rotation, but it only takes 225 Earth days to travel once around the Sun. In other words, on Venus, a single day lasts longer than an entire year. This unusual behavior continues to puzzle scientists studying astronomy. Over the years, several space missions have attempted to explore Venus. Some of the most successful missions were launched by the Soviet Union. Their Venera spacecraft were designed specifically to survive the planet's extreme conditions. A few of these probes actually reached the surface and sent back data and images. But even those specially built spacecraft could survive only a short time. The intense heat and pressure quickly destroyed them. Today, space agencies like NASA continue to study Venus from orbit and through future missions. But landing on the planet remains one of the most difficult challenges in planetary exploration. Living on the surface of Venus is almost impossible. But some scientists have suggested a fascinating idea. High above the surface, in the upper layers of the atmosphere, conditions become much more stable. Temperatures there are far cooler, and the atmospheric pressure is closer to what we experience on Earth. Because of this, some researchers have proposed the idea of floating cities in the clouds of Venus. These cities would drift high above the deadly surface. For now, this idea remains purely theoretical, but it shows that even the most hostile planets may still hold surprising possibilities. Venus is a powerful reminder of how different planets can evolve. Long ago, Venus may have been more like Earth. It might have had oceans, clouds, and a stable climate. But something went terribly wrong. A runaway greenhouse effect transformed the planet forever. Today, Venus is a world where metal can melt, where the atmosphere can crush a human body, and where clouds are made of acid. And that is why scientists often describe Venus as the closest thing to a true hell world in our solar system.